Hello everyone, welcome to the Stock Martin channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're back, welcome back. I do have a nice video for you today. We are going to be talking about the weekly review of Lucid Motors. It was a very short week this week of trading, but we did have quite a big of a news. There were two main things that we will be talking about. We did have the first analyst from Citigroup that did review the Lucid Motors stock and gave its first price prediction, which I think was really good. And also we did have the warrants being called. So we will be talking about these two things. In addition to this, we will be talking about some future forecast of the price. I think you're going to get a lot out of this video. But before we do get in, if you can please give me that thumbs up, the like button, it would be shared with the YouTube community. Also, if you can, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, hit that little notification bell, hit all so you can get all my videos. Well, I did want to dive deep into Lucid Motors stock. As I have mentioned, we have had the first analyst out there from Citigroup that did do a nice review of Lucid Motors stock, and they did give it a nice big prediction of $28 in the next 12-month forecast. Now, this is very big news because this is the first analyst that has reviewed this. I am still waiting on some of the other analysts to go out there because this analyst that did review it does tend to lowball or be, in other words, very conservative on the stocks and stock forecasts. But I would definitely like to see other companies out there like JP Morgan that would do a nice review of this stock as well. But that being said, even $28 from now on is a nice increase in your money. And I think that this company does have a lot of big catalysts coming forward in the next future. The first big catalyst that we should be seeing is in September 27th. Remember, Lucid Motors will be opening its factories, its doors to the public. It will also have news media there, politicians, investors, and potential customers out there. They will be offering their first drive of this vehicle for customers out there. And I think it will be a good public relations for this company, and it should be a nice catalyst moving this stock going upwards. Now, there is big excitement out there that Lucid Motors will be producing these 577 Lucid Air Dream vehicles this year, and the deliveries, according to Motor Trend, and the buzz out there should be coming around October. So this will be the next big catalyst, in my opinion, to get the stock moving upward. But these two things are very important and will be happening in the next few weeks to come. So I'll definitely be following up with that as well. Now, I did want to jump into an article because we did have one more reviewer of the Lucid Motors stock, and it is from CFRI. This is a big independent research company that does look at investments and does look at stocks. And they were reviewed by an analyst by the name of Garrett Nelson. Now, according to Garrett Nelson, he did review this and he did give the Lucid Motors LCID stock a 12-month price target at $25. So according to him, whenever he was reviewing this stock, it should be around $25. And he did include in his review the earnings per share, and he did adjust it for the year 2021, 2022, and the year 2023, looking at projections moving forward. This is good news in my opinion, and it is nice to see another analyst out there. So far we do have two analysts. One gives it a $25 rating, this one right here that just came out in the next 12 months. So that's 12 months from now. And the other analyst was from Citigroup. He did analyze it and give it a $28 moving price target for the next 12 months. Now, I do slightly differ with these two analysts, just in my own opinion. I do believe that this stock has a very good chance of going up to $30, $35 by the end of this year. And that is a big if we have the delivery of the Lucid Air Dreams coming out this year, especially in October, and also if they have glowing reviews and all their technology is functioning, is working properly as it should. I think that this stock will do quite well. And I do think that these price analysts, these price targets are on the lower side. They're more conservative. I do feel that it would go up a little bit more than that. And I will tell you why whenever we do look at the chart in the stock graphs here in a little bit. Now, the next big thing that did come out this week is the public warrants. Lucid Motors did call on that they will be calling for the redemption of their warrants. So a lot of questions I received out there: do I own warrants or do I own the stock? And this is a great question for you. So in order to see if you own a warrant, you would do this by looking at the ticker. If you own the ticker LCIDW, if it has a W at the end of it, that means you did purchase a warrant. The warrants normally are a lot more volatile, but the big thing is that Lucid now has called these warrants, and you will have to exercise your warrant before the big day of October 8th. So what I mean by this, again, is before that date on October 8th, 5 p.m. Eastern time, you do have to redeem these by contacting your broker. That means the company that you purchased your warrants through. For example, TD Ameritrade, if you have your account with TD Ameritrade or Fidelity or Robinhood, basically you have to reach out to this company or broker where you purchase these warrants through and specifically tell them that you do want them converted into stocks. So please go ahead and do that before this deadline, this expiration date of October 8th, which is the redemption date. If you do not do anything after this date, your warrants will go down to zero. They will be worth nothing. What the nice thing is that Lucid Motors did allow this to be a cashless redemption of the warrants. Basically, what that means is each of these warrants cost $11.50 to convert them into these stocks from warrants. But since they are now cashless, you will not have to fork over that $11.50. What they will do is they will take it out a percentage of the share of that stock. So whenever you do convert the warrant, you will be converting each warrant, and you will receive 0.4458 of a share of the common stock for each warrant that you surrender. So for example, if you had 100 warrants, whenever you do convert them into stocks, you'll have 44.58 stocks, just to make the math a little bit easier, just an example. And let me show you the stock and see where it can go from here. So on Friday, we did in the stock at $19.93. We did have as high as that $20.50, but we did kind of have a little bit of a sell-off in that day, but we were still up 0.4% for the day. In the past 5 days, we are still up 6%. Now, remember, this was from that big dip, that big, I guess, correction that we did have with the Lucid Motors stock, especially on September 1st, where the PIPE investor lockout did expire. This stock took a big hit of 19% down, and from $20, it went below $16. But we did have a lot of nice retail investors that did get in at that September 1st date and brought this stock back up. So ever since that decrease, that dip on September 1st, we have had a nice 12% upside from that sell-off of the PIPE investors. Now, going in the past 1 month, we are still down quite a bit on this stock at 18.55%. We did have a high of 24.50, and we have been on that downward trend, but we did find a new base. And I do think that this stock is a very good price, in my opinion, under $20. If you can get this under $18, you're getting a steal of a deal, as I have been saying. And let me show you what I mean by this. So if you go back in the past 6 months, you can see just the graph on here that you can see anytime we went past or under that $18, this stock just shot back up. So if you look on May 13th, it was actually at its lowest point, was selling at $17.25, and it had a very nice increase in its stock. Just in the next following few weeks, we went up to 14%. Then we did have a big pop, and we went up by 54%. I do think that something very similar can happen once these vehicles start getting produced. But as I mentioned, look, on September 1st, again, we went below that $18, and we are starting to have that nice pop back up, and we did increase our price about 12% since that pipe investor sell-off on September 1st. So looking at this, I think this is a very good stock at this price point, and you are getting it at a very nice price increase. Now, where we are seeing the resistance, if we go back, we did see a resistance at $28.80 back on June 30th. We also did see that resistance on July 26th. Ever since then, we did have that sell-off, but I do think that we will have a nice rebound and a nice bounce back after Lucid Motors delivers the product. Remember, right now we have not sold one single vehicle. We have not seen one product out on the road yet that a customer owns. We have seen these vehicles driving around being tested. We have also seen them in studios. So, I think this company is a credible company. I do think that this company will do good. There's a lot of people saying out there that it's a fraud, that it's not true. But we have seen those vehicles out there. Motor Trend did drive this vehicle, did show it's the technology. They are also building all these studios around the United States. They're starting to build them in Europe as well, and in Saudi Arabia. So we are slowly starting to see this product come out. I do believe, again, once this vehicle gets launched, I think the stock will do very, very well, in my opinion. And I think that we will actually go past that $30 mark by the end of this year. We could even potentially get it at $35 by the end of this year. So these analysts that did come out, I think they were very, very conservative with their price predictions. And I do see definitely why, because they do not have any sales right now. So if they're looking at the valuation, if they're looking at the balance sheets, they really don't have any revenues to show for. So I think once you start seeing revenues, especially by the end of this year, if Lucid Motors does sell the 577 vehicles, you will have those revenues out there, which will be right under $1 billion of Lucid revenues for this year if they can get all those 577 vehicles sold of the Lucid Air Dreams. I believe they are 170,000 plus each. So that will give Lucid Motors a very nice increase in some revenue, and then we could use that to see some more evaluation and what the stock is really, really worth. Now, next, I did want to go to tip ranks and show you that this stock is starting to be analyzed and reviewed. So it does have a smart score of 6, so it's pretty much neutral. They're not really recommending to sell or to buy. It's right in that neutral. The analysts out there do give it a moderate buy with a $28 price target in the next 12 months. And we just added that one more analyst out there that did give it $25, as I have just recently mentioned. Now, tip rank investors are getting very negative on this stock. The reason for this is because Lucid Motors has not given us a definitive date of deliveries. I think a lot of investors are growing impatient, and they are starting to have FUD. They're starting to have fear, uncertainty, and doubt about this stock. So they are starting to kind of pull back. But we will definitely see. Now, news sentiments, it has been pretty bullish in the past 7 days, and I have been reporting any kind of news that does come out there. Now, technicals, it does have that negative single moving average, which we will be talking about here in a little bit. And fundamentals, we have not had any growth. We have not had any sales, so it is in the red. It is down right now. So we did have one analyst that did review LCID Lucid Group. From Citibank. It was that one analyst that gave it a moderate buy, 0 hold, 0 sell on this stock. It did have a price target of that $28, which does give it about a 41% upside from now. But it is nice to see that we are starting to have a lot more analysts reviewing this stock. Now, transitioning to Wallet Investor. Wallet Investor does use some artificial intelligence and graphing to see where this stock can go based on past performances. It does give us a 1-year forecast of $33 in the next 12 months. In the next 5 years, it does give us an $88 forecast. Now, this is just considering what the price of the stock is right now. And but once we start having those positive news out there, once we start having those deliveries, you will see these numbers jump up quite a bit, in my opinion. Now, what can we expect in the next coming days? According to Wallet Investor, it is looking very bearish for this stock. as we have been on that downward trend. We are still overall of the month down, as I have mentioned. And this does predict that the price can go as low as $16.60 and as high as about $20 in the next trading weeks, in the next 2 weeks. But again, I do think that we will have nice information coming soon, which will be by the end of this month. So 2 big dates to remember moving forward is September 21st, when Lucid Motors opens its doors to investors, the media, and I think that this will be very good for this company. But the main one, I think, will be once we start seeing these deliveries. I think it will ease a lot of people's minds that this car is real. It's not a fraud company. A lot of people are also stating, and we're waiting for those crash tests to happen. They are, mentioning that it's an all-glass rooftop. But if you look, I mean, there's other cars that have the same thing. Tesla, the Model S, was engineered by Peter Rawlinson in the year 2012. So he has made, the vehicle. He has been the chief engineer that made the Tesla Model S, and he is the same person that made the Lucid Air. So I do definitely think that it will have a good crash rating, but we'll definitely have to see. Another thing we're looking for is that EPA rating for the miles. How many miles can we go on one single charge? That will be coming out soon. Once we get all this information, we're going to just have a lot more positivity in this stock, and I think it will help it grow. If you have liked my summary for the past week and looking forward on this stock, please give me that thumbs up, the like button. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, notification button, hit all so you can get all my videos. But thank you again for all your support. If you haven't already subscribed, or if you can share this video with others, I'd greatly appreciate it. Share it with your family out there, your friends, your coworkers, that next door neighbor, just so we can keep getting this channel and this community being built and grown. But I appreciate all your support. Thank you so much for everything, and I can't wait to talk to you on the next one. Thank you. Down below, if you would like to help out the channel, I put 2 links. One's for Webull. If you open an account, deposit $100, you get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850. If you deposit $100 into Coinbase, you get $10 of cryptocurrency and trading. Thank you for supporting the channel.
Time will be